saturated, and Mini is deciding just to stay in Hydralisks. He's not moving to Metalisks or Corruptors, and I think that that's allowing Huck to have a chance, because if there were like a million Corruptors going out, the only thing keeping Huck alive are these Colossus. So I think that that might be a mistake on Mini's part. Staying on one tech too long. Too many Hydralisks are not good against too many Colossus, and it looks like let's just watch these Hydralisks get sliced apart. That would be awesome. That was awesome to watch. So I think Mini may be making a mistake. Staying on, you know, when you're playing your game, it's good to get more bases, but don't forget, when you get more bases, also transition your tech into, you know, higher tech or different tech, so there's an evolution in your build. And what I'm talking about again is those Corruptors. Make Corruptors, you know, transition into Corruptors, or, you know, I think now it's time for Mini anyway, it's time for him to make some Ultralisks. So it looks like Huck was going down to the gold and now realizes that, oh, this queen might get picked off. No, but she's on creep, but there aren't any units here to protect it. It looks like a few drones are going down. This would be a prime opportunity for Huck. And this is a prime opportunity for Huck, and it looks like these roaches are going to come down and try and defend. The Stalkers, not good against that many roaches, but Huck is bringing his whole army. He really needs to take out this fourth right now, but he's afraid that he's going to just lose his third. Huck needs to take a risk, I think, to get ahead in this game. And we see that, yeah, I definitely think if Huck pushed in, he could take out this fourth, but again, it would leave his third kind of not secure at all. Huck needs to take a risk, and it looks like these spine crawlers are going to do some damage. Huck going in, trying to take out the third of Mini, and Mini is just staying on Hydralisks, and again, I think that that choice was poor, but he's going to do a flank with these roaches, taking out Stalkers and Sentries, and these are these Colossi are vulnerable. Getting the flank off. Good positioning by Mini Prime. Force Fields keeping Huck's army alive, and it looks like these Colossus, their health is, some of them, their health is down. Oh, stay alive, Colossus. Huck, every Colossus is keeping you alive in the game right now. Force Fields keeping this army alive, and I just say push, Huck, push out right now. Huck is up with, he has 600 gas, so quite a lot of gas, but let's look at the army count. It looks like it is, he's down just by 25, but he is definitely in this game. If Mini is now making the Ultralisk, making the ultimate weapon of death for the Zerg, the ultimate ground army of death, and these Colossi pretty soon are going to get chewed up by the Ultralisks, especially if this base, Huck, you need to take out this base somehow, please. Oh, Huck, you are a miracle worker, though. We'll just see what happens when the Ultralisks come out. Right now, I think Mini is just waiting for that. He can't take this many Colossi out. 2 Colossi in production for Huck, so Huck is really just depending on this Colossi, and Huck may be in trouble himself if he doesn't switch to another type of tech, maybe carriers, maybe something besides Colossi, because we do have 8 Ultralisks on the way, and taking out spine crawlers is good, but these spine crawlers right now are serving their purpose, buying time for Mini. And Huck, if he takes out this base, that would definitely be a victory. Huck needs to make something happen. I still think he's on his back foot, and it looks like the Ultralisks are out. 8 Ultralisks out. They're gonna slice through these Stalkers. Let's look at the health of these Ultralisks. 1 might be taken down. Huck running away with these Colossus, but 1 down, another one coming down, and these Ultralisks are just going to be able to chew through the base of Huck. Lots of Stalkers out, but Stalkers are armored and do take that extra verse armored damage, and these Ultralisks are going to, Hydralisks are saying thank you, Zerg Cerebit, for bringing out the Ultralisks, and it looks like Huck, can he hold on to the third at least? Yes, he does, just barely. And Mini Prime being kind of overly aggressive, I'd say. Ultralisks are not cheap. It looks like the let's see, there are 3 expansions not yet utilized on this map, so Huck can take this if he decides to make something besides Colossus. It looks like he's tacking up the Templar archives. Interesting choice considering there are Ultralisks. I don't think the Templar are great versus Ultralisks, but we'll just have to see. And Huck might be losing his third soon. I'm still rooting for Huck, but again, I really think that Huck is in danger of losing this game. Immortals out now. Immortals are good. They may not be the obvious choice, but Ultralisks are armored, and and Immortals do sick amount of damage versus armored units. Right now, 60 damage versus armored units. So these Ultralisks definitely taking extra damage. And it looks like we have not quite a Doom drop, but a Zergling drop right now. Mini is having a hard time breaking Huck's balls completely, and Huck now looking to take a fourth. Good choice right now. You got to take a fourth. Gotta press in. This game is quite exciting. There's just lots of tension right now. Both players are just like, there's just this tension. Neither player has the ultimate advantage. But the food count definitely favoring Mini right now. And still, he's been kind of favoring him all game. And it looks like these Zerglings are loose. The Zerglings are loose in the main, but besides a couple of pylons, there really are no more probes. Huck just needs to warp in a few zealots, and I think it'll be fine. Yeah, it looks like he's just sending his gateway units out. Meanwhile, Mini isn't often is good to do a drop while attacking at the same time, but it looks like he's just trying to make something happen with these. These Zerglings are going to die. It looks like this drop is going to die out. And the army count, Huck is kind of evening it out. And Psystorm is now complete. Can Huck pull out the miracle? Even long distance mining from this base, but the fourth is almost up, and Mini is not doing anything to prevent it, but there are Zerglings on the way. They do see what's happening. They could take out all these probes. Huck, does he realize that there are overlords over these probes? I don't think he does just yet, because these Zerglings, they are taking out these probes. Base not complete just yet. And kind of playing with Huck right now, just kind of toying with him, while Mini himself is looking to get a fifth base. And again, I think that Mini knows that he's ahead in the economic battle, so he says, "Okay, I'm just going to hang back and toy with you for a little while." Huck was able to save these probes and save the expansion. And let's look at the units lost tab. It looks like just about even more units lost for Mini, but Mini is ahead in the army count, and this is a lot of Ultralisks. Looks like 12 Ultralisks on the way, being Psystormed. But will Psystorm be enough is the question. Will it be enough? One Ultralisk gets taken down, but this Colossi is very vulnerable in the front lines. Got to move it back up, micro it back. Good job, there you go, microing it back, saving that Colossus. These Immortals are now getting taken out, but not before doing a lot of damage, massive damage versus these Ultralisks. Most of the Ultralisks are now down, and it looks like these Ultralisks were a complete waste for Mini. Now Huck making Archons, chasing away the Ultralisks, even blinking in to try and do a little bit of extra damage. And this game isn't over just yet. This has been a long game. My voice is getting hoarse, and Mini needs to take a fifth right now. I think that his focus is mostly on what his army's doing. And again, he's going to try and make something happen with a Zergling Overlord drop, even a couple of Overlords out here. They're totally safe right now. No Stargate units, and Huck thankfully has a fifth. This gold mineral patch is almost completely mined out, and so if Huck could just hang in there, I think for another 10 minutes, another 5 to 10 minutes, I think his army can replenish. And since Mini is kind of mined out here, he's mined out here. Mini is now the one who looks like doesn't have his economic advantage is waning, because I think he had his chance while he was ahead, and now, but it looks like, oh no, Overlords and Zerglings are going to be taking out this base, possibly. If this base goes down, then I would just say scratch just what I said. It did go down. The advantage is no longer to see. If Huck kept this base alive, then he would have been definitely. I would say that he'd actually have the advantage because he had more economy. But now he was even with Mini, and now he's down below Mini. So to have to see, it's really anyone's game. And an unit production tab looks like just more Corruptors now finally on the way for Mini. And that could just be, as they say, the nail in the coffin. But not too many Colossus. Let's look at the Colossus count for Huck. Just one Colossus out. So is Mini going to make Corruptors and then Broodlords? We'll just have to see. I'm not really sure. And now Huck is being, for the first time in this game, he feels comfortable. He wants to be aggressive. Zealots chasing these Ultralisks. Meanwhile, Stalkers and Archons are taking out this base, but there are really no minerals just left. It looks like, yeah, Mini just wants to make Broodlords. And Huck pulling back and pushing forward. And takes out this hatchery, no problem. Which will reduce the amount of, the hatcheries, they're the lifeblood of Zerg. So every hatchery you take out reduces the lifeblood, reduces the amount of reinforcements. But it looks like Mini is being smart and taking out this island expansion. and I don't think Huck is aware of it, however, because he has observers on the map, so he knows that he's in danger of losing this game right now, because he wants to. That's why he's pushing out now, because that Ilex expansion is on the way. He definitely does not want Zerg to get that up. It looks like this base, which is just new and fresh, I think Mini's forces are split up, so Huck has all of his units in one army, able to take out these Ultralisks. But meanwhile, we have Ultralisks trying to do a death push now here on taking out these rocks. But meanwhile, this hatchery is taking it on. Huck needs to come back into his base, take these out. Looks like 2 Immortals going out to the island, and so many things happening right now in this base, but Mini should not be going for these, taking out these gateways. That's not where the threat is. The threat is down here where the economy is. Mini is kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. It looks like we have DTs out now, taking out those Ultralisks. So brilliant play there. Huck getting up some clutch DTs, I'd say. And Mini's army was split up, so, and these pro drones are doing absolutely nothing. This base is mined out, and Huck is pulling ahead somehow. If anyone could do it, Huck can. He was behind most of the game. Now it looks like he's pulling ahead. He took out this base with Immortals, and I think it will just now be Huck needs to rally his units together and just do one final push. Mini caught off guard there for sure. He needed to protect his expansions, and his forces were kind of split up. Fortunately for him, this base did go down. And Huck just pulling everything out of the hat, just using DTs, warp prisms, Templars, just Immortals versus these Ultralisks. So he definitely knows his game. And now Broodlords, if these Broodlords can't pull out the win, I think Huck definitely has it. Huck is just pulling back and defending so he can utilize his fourth, and it looks like all those Zealots and Templar are going to take out these Ultralisks and Colossi. 2 getting in on the fray, just 1 Colossus out. Still, it's doing quite a bit of damage. 24 kills. It is an Executor. And the well played, the GG by Mini Prime. This was a Galaxy Cast. Exciting game. Thanks for tuning in. Do subscribe to my channel, and there will be more StarCraft 2 action coming up in the future. Have a good day. Sayonara.